Hello, and welcome to another episode of Jay-Z's Corner on Fellowship of Fiction. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the new movie, Killers of the Flower Moon. So I got to see Killers of the Flower Moon last night, and it was awesome. It was so good. The casting in this movie is probably some of the best casting I've seen in a movie in a long time. Leonardo DiCaprio does a great job. Robert De Niro is obviously, considered one of the greatest actors of all time. He does a great job. But the person who really stands out in this movie for me and kind of makes the movie is Lily Gladstone, who plays Molly Burkhart, Leonardo DiCaprio's his character's wife. She is phenomenal in this movie. She is definitely my pick for Best Actress Oscar this year. She'll have some tough competition, but I hope she'll take it. Killers of the Flower Moon was directed by Martin Scorsese, and he is arguably the greatest film director ever. He definitely has one of the deepest catalogs in the film industry, and this movie shows that. This movie shows why he is one of the greats. From the cuts and edits to the overall lighting and the music and mood throughout the movie is incredible. You can just tell that Martin Scorsese really tried. I don't want to say tried his hardest in this movie, but definitely put a lot of effort into it and cared about the material a lot, which was really cool. Now, we can't talk about this movie without talking about the runtime. Now, this movie is a long movie. I think it's almost like 3.5 hours in total. And I've seen it getting hated on, or not hated on, but getting flack for being that long. And I disagree. That is one of my personal biggest pet peeves, when people say that a movie isn't that good and their main reason for saying it's not good is because it's too long. I get it. You don't have to like movies that are 3-4 hours long, but just because they're that long doesn't mean that they're bad and shouldn't knock them. You as a moviegoer, we as moviegoers have to mentally prepare ourselves for a movie if it's going to be 3+ hours long. You cannot knock the director or anything like that if you as the moviegoer are not prepared to be there for 3 hours. It's that simple. Yeah, it really bothered me that people are saying that this movie is not good because it's too long, when there are movies that are shorter time-wise than this movie that feel forever.
Forever. Forever. Forever.
Honestly, I can't really think of anything wrong with this movie. This is just my one time seeing it. This is my review after one time seeing it, so I'm sure if I see it another time, I will find something that I maybe didn't quite like about it. But after a one time see, I can't really think of anything. I was engaged the entire time. The pacing was really good for me. I didn't feel like it was dragging. I didn't get bored throughout the movie. I was really invested into, the story and knowing what was going on around that time. And it's a very heavy story, very heavy material, and it's very powerful. Just the overall conflict and tragedy that what happened to the Osage people. Yeah, it was just really good. It was really solid story. I want to talk a little bit about Robert De Niro in this movie because you know one of the greatest actors ever, and of course with Martin Scorsese, one of the greatest directors of all time. They you'd assume that the all-star cast would deliver, and they did. I will try to find a picture of the Martin Scorsese post with Robert, but they've been friends for 50 years, and they've made 10 movies together so far. And you could argue that every single one of those 10 movies is a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Like, you could argue that they are the greatest director-actor duo ever. You can make that argument because Robert is amazing in this movie, and I almost feel like it's just one of those things now with Robert and Scorsese where he's just like, go do your thing, Robert. Like, you know what I want. I know you can give it to me. And they just delivered. It was awesome. It was really good. So now that we're at the end of this episode, I'm going to give my review out of 5 stars. I'm honestly 5 out of 5. It's a 5 out of 5 star for me. I think that this is one of the more solid movies of the year. It's definitely in my top 10 list for movies of the year so far. I think that this movie is going to get a lot of praise critically and, Oscar, award-wise. I think Leo has a serious shot of Best Actor, Robert supporting. Like I said, Lily Gladstone is my pick for Best Actress. But yeah, it was just fantastic. Like I said, I can't think of really anything that I didn't like without nitpicking, because my intention wasn't to go into the movie looking for things to be bad. I just, absorbed it, let it all in, and then I'm voicing my opinion right now. That does it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. In next episode is going to be my updated top 100 movies of all time. You'll see it in the next video. I'm not even going to explain it here. You'll have to watch the next video. But that does it for me. From Jay-Z's Corner. See you next time.